and welcome back to my video. So many of you know I have been around the block for a very long time. I am a self-proclaimed beauty junkie and have been for the last 10 years, so much that I've decided to put my opinions about certain beauty products online. So as I started hearing about this new brand popping up, Makiage, and kind of how they started taking over the idea of not only producing high quality makeup, they also do a really good job at branding themselves, and I am a brand fanatic. It's not so much always just about the packaging that the products come in, or even as to the quality that the product has. A lot of it has to do with who is the company as a whole, what are their values, how do they portray themselves, and Makiage has stood out to me solely from their branding, and it just so happens that they have a good product that comes along with it. I love trying new makeup, but it's always such a hassle to go to the mall or to go to the store and sit there and swatch, and half the time the lighting in the store is incorrect, so it's such a hassle to even get there, and then you come home and you still don't have the right shade for you. So what I like about Makiage is they've deleted that whole factor of shopping and have made it easy and accessible for people like us, the 2020 consumer, who wants to purchase from an online store. So the beauty about this company is they've created a quiz that allows you to answer questions and figure out what shade is just right for you. That way you can purchase it, try it for 14 days, and if you don't like it, you're able to return the product, which that alone is mind-blowing. Have you ever heard of a company say, here, see what our product's all about, see if you like the formula, see if the shade works for you, and if not, we'll refund you. That's not usually how it works. That's a huge reason why I also respect this brand as a whole. They understand that purchasing online can be a little bit skeptical sometimes, but they've made the process so much easier and so much more credible. As I mentioned, I'm a huge sucker for branding, and I like how minimal their packaging is. You can always see their name very well branded on their packaging, and then it also you'll have to see when it gets delivered to your house, you'll have to see how they market themselves and how it's almost as if a company is just talking to their friend. That's how I feel like when I get their products in. It's as if they're just being like, hey girl, what's up? Here's your shipment. This is what we have for you. And it's just a very conversational type of relationship with the product. Although that may seem strange, it's actually very comforting. Today, I'm going to give you my first impressions of their new concealer, and I found myself being drawn to this because it does have a medium to full coverage, and the coverage itself is a matte coverage, so it's really going to hide any dark circles, blemishes, pimples. And can we also just give a little mention as well as a clap for Makiage having 30 different shades. I love how inclusive this brand is, and that there is going to be a shade for everyone. You guys can find the perfect shade, and like I said, if not, you get to return the product. But I'm here to tell you, you won't have to do that. So let's get into it. Let's see my review and my first impressions, and let's see what the hype is all about. Now, I did take the Power Match quiz, and this step is crucial in figuring out what shade is going to be just right for your undertone. So the quiz will ask you questions about your skin type. Are you oily? Are you dry? It'll also ask you what type of jewelry is most flattering on your skin type. It'll ask you the type of coverage you like to wear. And from those different answers, it's going to best determine your perfect shade. So after taking the Power Match quiz, Makiage decided that my skin tone is best suited for 3.5. I am going to use the primer before I apply, just so my makeup has more longevity. This is the No Filter Poreless Base Smoothing Primer. Rub it in between your fingers, and I'm just going to press into my skin. So it's going to even out any pores that you have that might be visible, which will allow your makeup to have a more even base when applying. What I really like about Makiage is how seamless their products blend. It really just enhances your natural features. I feel like you just are kind of evening out your skin tone rather than applying a second face, which for me, I like coverage that is going to hide any imperfections. Maybe it's a blemish, a pore, a pimple, things of the nature, dark circles, which is why we are using concealer. But at the same time, I want to make sure my skin is still able to breathe, and that's what this line does for me. This is what the applicator looks like. And are you guys ready for this? This feels like butter. I like to also put some underneath my nose to hide any redness, and if you do have any blemishes like I mentioned, just apply the concealer there as well. Now I'm going to take the 140 concealer blending brush and I'm going to brush out and blend this concealer not only underneath my eyes but also on my eyelids. I think it's important to also even out your eyelids just because maybe there's some veining or even discoloration that we want to get rid of. So this, guys, wow, I am just so continuously blown away at how well these products blend, and not to mention how seamless they match my skin. That's why I love this Power Match quiz. It is very accurate. This is just a product that you need to try. There's no other explanation besides you need to get this product in your hands to see the results for yourself. I genuinely would leave the house just like this. Like, I feel like my skin is already so much more even just from applying this concealer. It's just, I mean, I want to show you on my hand just how well this blends as well, so you guys can see the coverage for yourself. It just completely blends out into your skin. I just thoroughly impressed. I just want to give you a final look, and I'm actually wearing their foundation as well. I've never been so impressed as a whole. Genuinely and truthfully speaking, I am so in love with the formula of all of their products, and I'm also just in love with the brand as a whole. Like I said, the idea of conversational marketing to me is so cool. Being a 2020 consumer, it's not just about having a product, it's about connecting with a brand that also sees you as a person and not just someone buying a product for them. I like how the concealer laid really well underneath all my makeup. It had that buildable coverage that I was looking for, and now I do look flawless just like the concealer said I was going to.